Hello guys, in this fourth tutorial we are doing HTML links and comments. So comments in HTML, the syntax for them are given in these marks. So this is the beginning of a comment and this is the end of the comment. There are two ways of commenting in HTML. One is multi-comment. So whatever I've done here is multi-comment. I've commented some block of lines of code, more than one line, like this image and the other headings and the pre-formatted tags. So the pre-formatted tags can be used to group the stanzas in a poem. So for example, I may want to remove that comment. Allow me to cut, only comment one line, the image. So if I save and refresh, you will see now that poem is now being displayed. What I've done here, this image, I've just disabled it on one line. So that kind of comment is called line comment. Okay, so even if you view the page source, you'll be able to see that the image is still existing, but it's not being executed, except the poem that I've just released. So some of the uses of comment one is for debugging. So debugging means you are tracing some lines of code that you think that they can have some errors, or you may wish some of the lines not to be executed at the moment, maybe intentionally. Just exactly, I've disabled my image intentionally. Another way of using comments generally in all languages is for documentation. So in commercial projects, it involves millions of lines of code. So you wish to comment each and every line, whatever it is meaning in human language or in your own layman's language, or someone else revisiting the same work after a long time. You are able to trace the comments and understand what you are doing before, rather than following the codes. So back to our links. Links enable users to navigate from one page to the next, or from one site to another. HTML links are called hyperlinks. Links in HTML are placed in a tag. A means anchor tag. So this is the syntax for creating links in HTML. So we use a href attribute, then equals to value. So value goes in double quotation, and the value inside will be the URL. Then you close the link. So make sure you add a /. So that is the syntax, and between those tags, the link element will go there. So element means you can nest even an image, you can nest whatever the HTML element, a button, a text. So links can be anything, an icon, just like on the browsers here you can see a plus here. So a plus is an example of an icon, and it is an hyperlink. If I click, it will open a new tab. So that link has been linked by an icon. So there are two types of links in HTML. The first one is external link. An external link will take you to a site that is not in your computer, or a server that is not in your computer. A good example is you can create a link that can take you to a YouTube, a Facebook, or any other social media handle. External links uses absolute URLs. So absolute URL, I mean it has a full web address. It must contain this method, https:// World Wide Web. So HTTPS means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It has two T's. Hypertext Transfer Protocols is the communication just between the client and the server. So it will take you to an internet. So if you are using an external link, you must include that method. So a good example, if you want to go to a YouTube, I will now just add a / and write YouTube. So it is .com, the domain for YouTube. I will nest something like a button. You must have come across with button tags. if you went and research on your own button, then inside the button I can write what should be visible to the user. Go to YouTube. So I will enlarge. So if I save and come and refresh here, so this button will take me to YouTube. So if I click, the problem is that I am offline. So but it's supposed to take me to the YouTube. So I may also want that if I click that button, it opens a new tab. So there is another attribute we call target. Values for target, we have like self. So the default is self. So self means that if I click on that button, it is taking me on YouTube on the same page. And we have another one we call blank. If I click YouTube, it is opening a new tab. Here the values like parent, top. So some of those common that are used is only self and blank. So another type of a link in HTML is a local link. So local links uses relative URLs. So relative URLs, they don't have this HTTP method. They take the users on the same site in the same computer, like a page to another page, or it can bookmark. So let me use an example of this poem that you are seeing on the screen. I want to make a table of contents here that will make me, rather than just scrolling up to the last stanzas, I may want to wish to go to the stanza 3. So rather than scrolling, we created a table of content here, if you can see it, that these are the links. So the URL is #t1. So #t1, these are the IDs in each heading of a stanza. So if you don't know more about IDs, kindly check on the HTML ID and classes. So each stanza, heading 1 stanza, heading 2 has an ID of T1, T2, and T3. So for local links, you just add a pre-hash just before the tag. So the href is equals to hash the ID of where you want to navigate. So in our browser, alright, so if I click this one, I'm already in stanza 3. Another way to illustrate a local link, I want to make a link that will take me to another site but in the same computer. So I've created another HTML file here. So I want to generate a link in index that will take me to this page. So all these pages are in my computer. I want this time round to use this image to make it a link. So you just nest a tag. So a tag, the image is nested in that link, in that image. So the href, and I will close from there. Then the final A will be here. So A will end there in such a way that my URL, you just go to the image, the page itself, you right click and go to properties, or alt enter, then you copy this location, make sure you copy it and paste it in the URL. So you paste it here, but change the backslashes to forward because of the current version of HTML. In some browsers they may misinterpret. Then you add a / and then you return still on the same properties, and you copy the name of the file and you paste it here. Then it is the file type is obvious HTML, so you can confirm. So you add .html extension. So make sure you follow that order. and try. When we refresh, our image is already here. So this image is a link. So if you want to know that it is a link, whenever you mouse over, that cursor changes to a small hand, just like the others. Yeah, when you hover, it changes to a small hand. So this image, if I click, it will take me to the other page as you have seen. So in links, a link that exists, as you have seen here, by default it is both links are underlined, but this one is in purple. So this link has been already visited, it is existing. This one, it is very different from the others. It is also underlined and it is blue. So this link is a false link and it is called unvisited link. I've just given a URL that is not existing, so this link will take you nowhere. If this other page could be in the same folder as the hello world, then there could be no need of these other stuffs. So you just avoid them and it will still work. Thank you. Let me see you in the next tutorial. We shall do inserting images in HTML. And remember this, the rich and the poor, they both spend the same hours per day. Thank you.